Frankie, have you ever had a task that you have to do that you can be really indebted to someone for? You're just happy to do it.
Are you thinking of something in particular?
That's today's BoxMac. I have the pleasure today. I assume it's going to be a pleasure. I'm being presumptive. The final two in the series of 4 total Cracker Barrel Macs.
We decided last time that the Sharp Cheddar and the Cheddar Havarti, they were our favorite Macs.
Yes.
Ever.
In terms of a deluxe boxed macaroni and cheese, yes.
A turnkey Mac that you can go into the store and buy and
Well, I think you need to evaluate your dry Macs differently from your deluxes, right? If I was going to go for a Mac, I would go for a Cracker Barrel.
But in general, I prefer deluxes to BoxMacs anyway. We have seen times where BoxMacs did trump
Yes.
deluxes, but in general,
yeah.
from what I can tell, a lot of people, once they saw the first part, ran out and finally bought them because they're high dollar.
I'm still worried they're going to go away because they're the top price Mac until you get to the real Fifi stuff, right? That $4.99 a box crap. Maybe I'm speaking out of turn, Frankie. I don't think I'm speaking out of turn, Frankie. But these Macs, they might not be good. They might be awful. No, they're not going to be awful.
These particular ones?
Yeah, they're going to be delicious and wonderful, aren't they?
I've got some anxiety that we won't have as much to talk about this time around because we've already made all of our crate and barrel jokes.
Yes, we went through the history, we went to the restaurants and the locations.
We even went on about VHS tapes for quite a while.
Yes. That was very cute. An interesting development in terms of Kraft and the Cracker Barrel. I can't use any words.
Again, from the top.
So we talked about the Cracker Barrel. I cannot get the words out. The Cracker Barrel. Just in the past couple of weeks, that restaurant chain decided to introduce a
it was actually in 2013, so it wasn't recently, but...
I just heard about it this week.
That's how John experiences the world. Have you heard about it this week?
It just happened this week in 2013.
The Vietnam War.
Whoa, it's this new amazing one. No.
I think we got some of our details wrong in the last one. There is a Cracker Barrel country store, and it turns out they have nothing to do with the cheese brand.
Yes, but the restaurant chain is that same thing.
But I couldn't find any evidence that there's a restaurant chain when I was Googling.
Frankie, do we have to make a Tuesday content trip to Cracker Barrel in Coventry, Rhode Island?
But no, it's a country store. It's not a restaurant.
It's a restaurant.
Oh, it is?
And a country store, together at last.
Is there a country store and there's a restaurant?
They're the same place.
So I'm wrong right now.
Maybe, I don't know what you're saying.
And the restaurant / country store is associated with the brand?
Is not associated with
okay,
that.
so
do you see why the lawsuits come about?
Plus there's a Crate and Barrel in every mall in America.
Yes, no.
Which somebody was sure to comment, there's no Crate and Barrel in their mall.
I actually went to the Crate and Barrel site and counted them up, and there are 98 Crate and Barrels in the US. So you can take that into your noodle and noodle it.
Okay, so
Cracker Barrel, the country store and restaurant released a lunch meat. Kraft thinks, hey, that's way too close to Cracker Barrel, our cheese.
Yeah, because the cheese is available in delis everywhere.
The problem is that the restaurant's brand of cheese and Kraft's brand of Cracker Barrel cheese are sitting together in supermarkets.
Yes, or at least the deli meats are sitting next to their cheese, and people might think they're from
and
the
it's
same
causing
brand.
brand confusion. Obviously.
Yes.
This is the second show. We should have been able to get this all
We
straight.
still don't have it straight, people.
I mean, why is it a restaurant plus country store? That's one thing that definitely tripped me up. A country store plus restaurant.
Why does the idea of a country store being with a restaurant confuse you so?
Well, if it was private, if it was in a small town, like, oh, it's a country store and it's a little restaurant, that's kind of cute. But to make it a chain, that seems almost...
It's supposed to be Americana.
It doesn't seem to scale.
No. You can commoditize Americana.
Do they make a mac and cheese? I think
Yes.
I think they do. And
you can go to Cracker Barrel and have the Cracker Barrel macaroni and cheese, and it has nothing to do with this.
We should do something. We should.
We're gonna go on a Tuesday, not a.
Can we bring one of these? Yes. And have them cook it. Can you make those for us in your store? And we should wear some Crate and Barrel paraphernalia.
Crate and Barrel. We just can't get her.
These guys came in here and confused the whole situation.
Everything about this is wrong. Let's get them open. I don't have to cut any butter. I don't have to do anything.
Another thing I really love about Deluxes.
Do you have the Yamaka? Because we're gonna have some very similar looking cheese packets here.
You ever pull back the cardboard a little too thinly, and then you're just absolutely screwed?
Oh, yes.
You just gotta stick your fingers in.
You gotta really get it in there.
I can't do it. I gotta go the other side now.
Do I need to help you?
There we go.
Be careful there.
So this one has bacon. So this is the exact...
Oh, Frankie!
So we're gonna eat these anyway.
I did just wash the floor last night. We could use the noodles from a different box, Frankie.
No, you can't do that.
Oh, they're gonna be boiled anyway.
They're gonna be boiled.
Even if they have moth poops on them. Frankie's trying to recover the situation like a mom at a birthday party who's dropped the cake. And she's gonna try to make the best of it, guys. Look.
I'm putting these in.
Oh, noodle! Oh, noodle!
Why?
They were from the floor, Frankie.
Oh, now you're just reflooring the noodles. Did you do this just because the show is low on content? Is that why you've noodled my floor?
You guys are totally bitchy. There's no moth poop on these. And besides, what's wrong with moth poop?
I just did wash the floor last night, like for real. Not for play.
I'm a big eat food off of the floor kind of guy.
We're gonna use fresh noodle.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take these over to my OXO scale, weigh up these noodles, and we're gonna get an equivalent exchange of noodles from. But then I'm sacrificing a box of Cracker Barrel. That's just about the saddest thing one can do.
Just use the... It's fine.
It's fine. I'm just gonna do it. I've totally measured out fresh noodles.
We haven't talked about bacon yet.
This is a standard packet of bacon. Comes in lots of things. And I'm really not impressed with them in anything I've had them in. They are real bacon bits. And they've got added smoke flavor.
There's still noodles in here.
Oh, jeez.
Remember when we did the Chipotle Deluxe?
Yeah.
And it would have been a fine mac, and then you add some crunchy crap? I'm a little bit worried that that's what's going on.
That's going to be the phenomenon?
And that this is them trying to appeal to people who want to add and complicate their macs with extraneous ingredients.
With all the Cracker Barrel other flavors, you get a full 14-ounce box, which is the industry standard deluxe size. The bacon is only 11.9 ounces.
And that's why we had to pick them off the floor and put them back in the...
That's right. I usually stay away from Macs like this that have the add-ins. Speaking of which, add-ins, did that show already happen?
It could have. I think it did, yeah.
Okay. All right. Did you like the add-in show? Wasn't that spectacular?
Yes, all those guests from all those places.
That was really cool. And the bouncy house, right?
Boy, I hope it didn't rain.
Yeah, I hope it didn't rain either. Once upon a time, I went to Cracker Barrel to eat some mac and cheese. But I actually went to Crate and Barrel. They didn't have anything that pleased. Then I went to the supermarket, but there was brand confusion because Crate and Barrel sounds like Cracker Barrel, and Cracker Barrel makes mac and cheese. Yes, Cracker Barrel makes mac and cheese. I was wondering, what is too much singing on BoxMac?
I would say the time that we sang a lot was the Truffle episode.
Did we? Cheese sauce seasoning. Cheese sauce seasoning. Please come back tomorrow. The noodles will be a little more ready. Stirring the max. I'm stirring the max.
And they taste like powdered cheese with all the noodles. That had us going. By the line. We got a lot of requests for BoxMac the musical.
BoxMac the musical. Now what have we done?
We have done a musical before. Our first movie was a musical.
That's right. It was not on a stage, of course.
No,
but
it was a film musical.
And it's a great musical.
If you say so.
It still holds a special place in my thought. I found the lint. Does anything smell better than corn?
Just one more.
Just one more, sure.
Bulimia.
Bulimia, yep. And so on and so forth. How many calories in yours?
310 per serving.
That's the same here. I think bacon in a macaroni and cheese would be really awesome.
I'm not like a huge bacon guy.
Yeah, I'm not either. People get like obsessed, like, you know, they get those bacon everything.
When I think of like, ooh, a nice crispy strip of bacon, that'll be really nice. But then I actually have it. I'm like, ooh, it's a bit heavy and it's a bit fatty and it's...
Yeah, so it's very rare that I actually encounter a piece of bacon that I really like. It has to be super crispy, like really like crumbling in your mouth when you bite it. And I think that would actually make a really nice mac mix in. Because texture in your macaroni and cheese can be really nice. I don't think this is gonna... the more I think about it, I'm losing more and more faith in it. Maybe I'll be wrong.
Are you getting like really excited to eat some Cracker Barrel again?
I'm wicked excited. It's currently 11:01 in the a.m. Local time, local Red Cow time.
RCE.
And I have not eaten anything yet today. Nothing at all, because we started early. You know, we had lots of pre-production meetings and associated Tuesday content to produce. Have I showed you the thing I'm always drinking, which is these little Arizona iced teas? These are calorie-free little iced teas from the Arizona Corporation, not macaroni and cheese, but still really delicious. Next time on Bag Tea.
What do you think makes Cracker Barrel so good?
I think it's that they're actually using real cheese in the mix.
We talked about that last time.
Excellent marketing. Oh, we talked about that last time.
These are so stuffed that I feel like I can't quite.
White cheddar in the big pot. Super white.
Does that look like white cheddar to you? Whoa, they actually look pretty good.
They do look very bacony, so there's a nice...
And it's not too much. I remember there was too much chipotle on the bolds. And they're very hard to mix. It moves around like butter.
But it will melt.
You ever over milk a mac a little bit?
Oh, I have. And then it becomes just a runny mess and you're just sad. And you can barely even see the bacon. Just a little bit.
Oh, it smells good.
Frankie's already getting excited.
It smells like cheese that you would buy for crackers.
Yeah. Cracker Barrel cracker? Cheese cracker?
Is there anything better on this earth than a nice platter of crackers and cheese?
Oh, it's a great thing, isn't it?
White cheddar?
Okay. Yeah.
It's excellent.
Excellent. Distinctly white cheddar flavor, which is actually something that I haven't had in a deluxe before.
It's good.
Yeah.
Can I just
Very good.
stand here quietly and eat it?
Just so good. Just the right amount of cheese, too. In each bite, you can kind of get a little burst of just cheese.
And it integrates with the pasta so nicely.
All right, we got to move on to the other mac. I'm not super keen on the bacon.
I prefer it without bacon.
Yeah, me too. Chewy. It also kind of overwhelms the cheese flavor. Like we had, when we did the mushroom macs, it tasted mostly of mushroom. This tastes mostly of bacon. In particular, the smoke flavor from the bacon.
I wish the bacon wouldn't be there. Because it keeps interrupting the nice texture, as I expected. If you get a big mouthful of bacon, it just gets all stuck in your teeth.
Yeah, it's just chewy, chewy, chewy. I can understand how people who love bacon would like this, but the texture of it is so off-putting because it's not on the same level of quality as the rest of this mac.
I would really prefer a nice sliced ring of a hot dog,
Yeah.
which is kind of tender.
Yep.
You know it's there, so you're not distracted by it.
That's right.
And I think that the flavor proliferates through the mac better.
That's right. I'd honestly recommend just buying a box of shop cheddar and crumpling up some fresh bacon in it.
But great mac.
Great mac.
Great cheese.
Yeah, great cheese. Unless they introduce some more, Frankie, which I hope they would, but I don't know what other flavors you could have.
I think that if I were them, if I were doing their branding, I'd probably keep it limited.
Yeah, 4 macs is enough.
You know, I think actually I like the sharp cheddar just without bacon better than the white cheddar.
In this case, it's too late to turn back now.
People seem to really like the Havarti the best.
Yeah.
In my opinion, sharp cheddar, no bacon, that's what you want.
We're gonna have a Horizon Organic show coming in the semi-near future. A Kroger versus Mayer standoff. That's gonna be a lot of fun, a lot of different macs to compare. That's gonna be really cool. That time on BoxMac.
Next up, watch our review of boring expired store brand Deluxe Macs. Then go back and celebrate the 4th of July with us in our Cookout Mix-In special. Horizon's Organic next week on Redcow Entertainment.